Hope all is well out there. Enjoying this beautiful Saturday. Well, I got to come up here and give the Los Angeles Lakers the credit that they rightfully deserve. They're 2-0. And the shocking thing about that whole ordeal is the first half of that game that they played against Phoenix last night looked like the team that I was expecting them to be this season. And the way Phoenix was moving the ball, I was very, very impressed. Everything. They got anything they wanted. Anything they wanted. And they got that thing up to a 22-point lead. Could somebody tell me how the Lakers end up coming back on that? But I can't. Right now. I'm not gonna throw any negative vibes on it. The bottom line is, your proclaimed king and the Lakers, they're 2-0 this season. So I got to give credit where credit is due. There's just a few things that I noticed in the game that I don't fully understand. I mean, is it just a figment of my imagination, or is LeBron James's minutes reduced? And if by chance his minutes are reduced, could I ask you one question? Why was it so easy for him to reduce his minutes this year when that's exactly what Darvin Ham wanted to do last year? Because, I'll be totally honest with you, the fact of the matter that his minutes are reduced makes that whole Laker team a little bit better, in my personal opinion. Number one, you have some younger legs on the court. Number two, you'll have 5 guys paying attention to defense more often than not. And number 3, the proclaimed king will have enough energy for the last quarter. But I don't understand why it is that it was so easy for him to make that work with JJ Redick. And when he had Darvin Ham last season, which is exactly what Darvin Ham wanted to do, reduce his minutes. And he just wasn't having it. So, I don't fully understand. Between me and you, I do know it's only been 2 games. But I personally believe, just by the look of, just by seeing, we all need to repent. Yes, we do. We are. You're absolutely correct. But I'm a firm believer that right now the Lakers, especially when LeBron James is not on the court, they look pretty decent. They do look pretty decent. Whoa. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves. I still think that there's a whole lot of ass whooping coming around the corner for the Lakers. But they started off a hell of a lot better than I thought they would have started off. I don't know, for whatever reason, I had in my mind that they were going to start off 0-10. So the mere fact of the matter that they've gotten 2 games, hey, it's pretty impressive. Nah, even though that whole trick and pony show, I can't stand none of it, I'm still going to give credit where credit is due. So far, so good for the Lakers. So far, so good for King James. In terms of the Phoenix Suns, though, you know what? With those stars that they have on that particular squad, with the Bookers, with the Durants, with the Beals, and you have a 22-point lead and can't close that deal, there's something definitely wrong with that as far as I'm concerned. Something definitely wrong with that. Maybe you guys need to start paying attention to defense. Because as far as I've seen, like your offense, when you're clicking beautifully. Your defense seems to be the problem. In my mind, there's no way, there's no reason in the world why you guys lost that game. Not with a 22-point lead. I'm sorry. Anthony Davis is looking decent, and I'm going to continue saying it. If you want to get the best out of what the Lakers have to offer, you have to run that offense through Anthony Davis. Plain and simple. LeBron James cannot be the main focus of your offense. He cannot. Anthony Davis has started off very, very well. We'll just see exactly what his health is all about. I hope he stays healthy. But I can't throw any shade on the Lakers right now. 2-0. They're making me eat my words. Your king is making me eat my words. No. Let me take that back. Your king ain't making me eat nothing. I still think your king is a piece of you know what. But all that to say, the Lakers are making me eat my words. I'm not giving JJ Redick no credit whatsoever. The Lakers, though, are making me eat my words. Period. Jacob, how you doing? My day's going pretty well. Thanks for asking. Bowen Malone, how you doing, sir? Yeah, man, we're just up here talking about these Los Angeles Lakers, man. I mean, hey, they totally did shock me. They shocked me. They also shocked me with the move that they made by sending my favorite team is the Toronto Raptors. Go ahead, get it all out of your system, laugh it up, but that's my squad. I love the Toronto Raptors. You see, I'm out here in North America. Montreal, Canada, that's where I am. So, when they finally blessed North America with NBA teams, I latched onto the Toronto Raptors and never let go. That's how long I've been rocking with them. You're Canadian? From what part of Canada are you from, sir? I'm just curious, though. I don't know if you guys see the writing in the wall, man. Like, honestly speaking, this move of sending Bronny James to the G League, oui, je parle juste un peu de français. Yes, I speak a little bit of French. This move that they made. Come on, pick somebody else, bruh. Big C 431. Pick somebody else. Why you got a Diddy? Of all the people that we have out here in the world, you had to classify me with him? Come on. Okay, well, hey, it is what it is. Celeron. I lived in Celeron also, my friend. I lived in Ville-Celeron. I grew up in Ville-Celeron. Place Benoit, to be exact. I don't know if you've heard about it, but if you live in Celeron, you had to have heard about Place Benoit. Well, this conversation between me and Big Mac is now over. You can continue typing in the comment section, but nah, it is now over. This particular move that they made to send Bronny James to the G League, a connection and stuff like that. All I'm trying to say is I think that this move that them sending Bronny James to the G League is going to backfire for the simple fact of the matter that there's going to be a whole bunch of guys down there that are going to want to make a name for themselves playing against Bronny James. Now, if by chance the G League is supposed to be instilling some confidence, I think that is going to do the total opposite. Yeah, I am glitching. I apologize for that. By chance, is it still glitching now, or is everything working properly? Yes, I'm a firm believer that this is going to destroy his confidence, because the mere fact of the matter that every single individual is going to want to take it directly to Bronny James in the G League. They're going to want to make a name for themselves, because first they're thinking he got a spot, he got a contract that they rightfully deserved. So on a nightly basis, somebody's going to really want to be making a name for themselves off of Bronny James. That's number one. Number two, I have a funny feeling that he's going to get some kind of phantom calls when he's down in the G League. Like, if you won't be able to touch him. I mean, if you breathe in his direction, it's probably going to be a foul on you. Because everything that we've seen so far, there's nothing that really says once he's sent down to the G League, he's going to improve enough to be called back up. If it's based on his talent, that is. Q, you honestly believe that Bronny James deserves to be in the league, bro? I mean, all jokes aside, and I'm really saying this as just, I'm not trying to James basher in any kind of way whatsoever. But do you really believe that Bronny deserves to be in the league? Deflect me? In my personal opinion, Q, I don't think he deserves to be in the league, period. That's all there is to it. I don't think he deserves to be in the league whatsoever. Now just prove to you that it was more or less just a publicity stunt, because I mean, they brought him up for the first game, had that whole trick and pony show with the father and son checking in the game at the same time. He played in that one game, and they're shipping his ass to the G League. That's all I'm saying. So realistically speaking, if he only came up there for one game and he only played not even 5 minutes in that game, that means that he really did not deserve a roster spot on the team, period. That's all there is to that. In my humble opinion, that is. I don't know. I think he's going to get destroyed in the G League. Destroyed. And if he gets destroyed in the G League, it's going to ruin his confidence. I mean, he's already being bashed. For preseason, he's already been bashed for the summer league. His confidence has to be at an all-time low as is. And now you go to the G League where there's going to be hungry dog. It's like basically, I don't know if you guys see those movies when the first day when somebody goes to jail, how they got to walk through that yard. That's basically what I envision for all those individuals playing in the G League, seeing that Bronny James is coming down there to play with them. All those individuals are licking their chops, waiting. Probably looking at the schedule saying, yo, when are we playing these guys? Because they're going to eat his food. Oh, yeah. They're going to eat his food. The only good thing about it is that the regular individuals like us that watch the game, we won't see it because they don't cover a lot of G League games during the regular season. But, man, I'm going to see if I can find a channel to watch as many of those G League games as possible, because I'm not going to let the media brainwash me and tell me, oh, Bronny had a wonderful game, scored 5 points. But he was excellent on defense. Because when they blow him up like that, excellent on defense? Absolutely not. They blow up the fact of the matter that he scored 17 points in one game, but they leave out the fact of the matter that the Lakers lost by almost 60 points. So, unfortunately, I'm not one of those individuals that could trust mainstream media to do the job that they're supposed to be doing and give you the honest to goodness, up-to-date, accurate news. Unfortunately, I don't have enough confidence in these cowards. Whoa. And that's why it's up to people, maybe not so much like myself, because my channel, I've got a much more smaller platform, but the Ticket TVs of the world, the Kwame Brown Bus Lifes of the world, the Casino for Lifes of the world. Those are the individuals that you should listen to. I'm just saying. How many games has Bronny James played in so far? I mean, if you could add them all up or whatever the case may be, and the total points that he has in all of the games that he's played, you could probably get to it on one hand. Honestly speaking, I mean, do you think that the Los Angeles Lakers right now are realizing that they did make a little bit of a mistake? Or do you believe that it was what everybody's saying? It was really, really just about money? Because with this, we gotta care. My friend, we grew up watching the sport. Basketball was known as a sport that it was for the best of the best, period. That's why the majority of individuals, they only thought about playing as far as they could play, like where school is concerned. And it was a selective few that thought about trying to make it to the next level. When I watch the NBA, I want to see the people that rightfully deserve to be on the court. I don't want to see gifts given out. I'll go to the YMCA, bro. That's a G League player that had no business being in the G League. He should have been on the Lakers squad. Since you asked me to name a player, there's one right there. Don't play with me. And you want me to name another one? I'll name another one for you right now. Bronny James. That's right. Quincy Oliveira. Since you don't know who he is, look him up. He was also trying out for the Lakers team. Number 41. The one that came back and won that game for the Lakers. The first game that they won in the preseason. That's who. Just saying. Who has no business being in the G League. He is the one that should be on that roster spot that Bronny James is occupying. Just in case you wanted to know. But I understand. Like, I know it, and you know, you say anything negative about LeBron James or his garbage offspring. When I say garbage offspring, I'm talking about his basketball garbage offspring. Then all you guys got to come to the defense. Noah, how you doing, sir? I'm just up here flaming my boy Q, because you know Q is he's the LeBron James. I mean. Bodyguards for LeBron James, man. He will throw his body on that man to save his life. 2-0. The Newton Perversion, he's doing an outstanding job. There's a possibility the Lakers could win a championship this year. Yeah, wow. Yeah. There's a very good possibility. But like I said before, I just find it very ironic that it's the area that I'm in, man. I apologize. I do apologize for this nonsense. Q, you really believe that it has nothing to do with LeBron? All the nonsense you see happening in the league right now has to do with your proclaimed king. All the garbage you see happening. The matter that the game is not as good as it used to be. The fact of the matter that you got players like Joel Embiid talking about he's not playing no more back-to-back games. Do you understand what I'm saying? The game is being ruined, man. No word of a lie. Like the game that I grew up loving. The game that I grew up watching. It's a watered down version right now. I mean, hey, you're hearing me say, right now, I would much rather watch a WNBA game than an NBA game. It has nothing to do with being biased, man. It has, look, I don't, okay. The only thing I dislike about LeBron James is compare him to the greatest. That's the only problem I have with him. Yeah, we could blame Kawhi for that too. Kawhi is another bag of garbage, unfortunately. And, did the Toronto Raptors miss that avalanche? Oh my goodness, man. Thank goodness we didn't sign this guy back. But the messed up thing about it is that was the one organization that would have accommodated all of his stupidity. The Toronto Raptors would have accommodated all of his nonsense. Because when we won the championship, believe it or not, that's exactly what we're doing. We're accommodating Kawhi Leonard's garbage. He didn't play every game. No. You got to name another player that was drafted at Bronny James. The media has pushed this guy like he was the #1 pick. Let me ask you a quick question without doing any kind of research right off the top of your head. What's the name of the #1 draft pick this year? You got to sit down and think about it, right? Why is that? Because the media has done nothing but push Bronny James down our throat, trying to make us believe that he deserves to be in the league. Oh, wow. You're going to talk about the draft class being weak? That boy that the Lakers have there, that rookie that you guys have, he doesn't look so weak to me. Zach Edey doesn't really look that weak to me. No, man. You're trying to water it down because you're trying to make your boy seem a little bit more important. He's garbage and had no business being in the league, period. If there was 1,000 players picked in the NBA, he still wouldn't deserve to be one of those 1,000 players being picked this season to play in the NBA. That's all I'm saying. Maybe if you wanted to pick him up and, I don't know. Like I said, for a good rec league, we have a thing out here we call the Black League. Maybe for stuff like that, he'd be perfect for it. Yeah, Zach Edey, that's what I said, brother. It's okay. He fouled out. He fouled out in 15 minutes. The reason because he's a rookie. Don't worry about that. I'm not worried about that. This guy's going to be an effective player in the league. Trust me when I tell you that. Don't worry, buddy. You're going to see. This one here, I'm almost positive I'll be right about. I'll be right about that. Zach Edey's going to have a 10 times better career than your boy Bronny James. He's going to have a better career than your boy Bronny James. Most definitely. So, we just going to have to wait and see. Okay. You see, that's why I like you, Q. I like you because you know what? Even though you're biased, with the support of your king, you're a very intelligent young man. You know what you're talking about. 95% of the time, you know what you're talking about. It's that 5% when you're trying to blow smoke in people's, about your proclaimed king. That's when, like I think maybe you're smoking a little bit of that, you know what I'm saying? That good stuff. Oh, and I think you're telling me the best ever to do it is, you're still telling me that LeBron James is the best ever to do it? All right. I'm never going to knock anybody for having their own opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Do I agree? No. And ladies and gentlemen, Q, in case you guys don't know, is LeBron James's biggest fan. Number one fan right there. Believe me when I tell you that. I would know, he's my family member. So yeah, yeah. That's right. His biggest fan right here. You can't say no. Q is an individual that believes that LeBron James could walk on water. Yeah. Oh, you don't think you can walk on water, Q? Okay, well, that's good. At least you still do have some realistic expectations of him. Yeah. He's better than a lot. He's better than a lot of them. Ever? Absolutely not. Like I said before, I think Sean Kemp is better than he is. Plain and simple. If I had to make a 5, and the last 2 players I had to pick was either between Sean Kemp and LeBron James, Sean Kemp, I'm talking about back in the day, Sean Kemp. Not now, well, obviously that's what I'd be talking about. Seattle Supersonic Sean Kemp. Give me that guy. Give me that guy. Give me that guy over LeBron James any day of the week. You're right. Okay, you say he, but greatness to me is when you can make others around you better. You're right. Sean Kemp didn't have an outside shot, but we didn't need him to have an outside shot. He dominated the key, bruh. And if he dominated the key back in those days, what do you think he would do to the key now, where they don't have any kind of rim protection? Where if you stand in the key playing defense, it's called illegal defense. What do you think Sean Kemp would be doing right now in this league? Man, let me tell you something, bro. No word of a lie. If Sean Kemp was playing today, right now, in this league, we might not even know anything about LeBron James. He would just be a player. One of many. And anybody else that's listening to the sound of my voice right now, I can't ask Q to do this because, like I said, he is a loyal LeBron James fan. But anybody else, do me a favor. Go back and check out the highlights of Sean Kemp back in the day when he played for Seattle with Gary Payton. Check out those highlights and tell me if you would not rather have him than LeBron James on your squad. 10 toes down. Yeah, 10 toes down. I said it. Bowen Malone, I don't know. Do you agree with me or do you agree with my nephew Q? Because I think Q was dropped when he was a baby, and you know what? It might have been my fault. It might have been my fault. I was a younger uncle at that point in time, and yeah, he was a little slippery, so I might have dropped him. Okay, if you, based on what you just said, Sean Kemp wasn't better than Larry Johnson. That's okay with me. I would take Larry Johnson over LeBron James. Yeah, Grandmama. I will take him over LeBron James. You know the one that played with Alonzo Mourning? I'd take him. Nah, I don't think I'd be wrong with that, brother. Doubt that very much. I doubt that very, very much, man. Very much. Watch and see. I'm gonna put out a survey after I'm done here. I'm gonna put it on my my community page. I'm gonna put out a survey asking people, if you had a choice to choose Sean Kemp or LeBron James on your team, which one are you taking? You could only take one of the players. I'm just curious. Obviously, the newer generation, you guys are gonna blow it out of the water. But I'm relying on I'm relying on people coming from my generation to give their honest to goodness opinion. Yeah, we do have a couple of people that are lost that will say LeBron James, but the majority of them, just like my man Bowen Malone. You see? I'm not alone with this, man. It's people like Q that make it seem like we're a little bit crazy, that there's not a lot of us that feel this way. You'd be surprised the amount of people that feel exactly how I feel. And LeBron can? LeBron can hit a reliable mid? Is that what you're telling me? Because guaranteed, if LeBron James comes down court right now and hits a three-point shot, his next trip down the court when he takes that shot, he's missing. I've yet to see this hombre hit 2 3-pointers in a row. Yeah. And the same people, to what you just said, that would be the equivalent of people voting for LeBron James in this particular survey. That's right. They could call him whatever they want. Because like I said, the name that I have for him, I really don't want to say here, because you know what? There might be kids watching. That should be his name, though. Plain and simple. Versus Milwaukee. He was in Miami. He won that championship. Why? Who hit the winning shot? I'm just saying. I saw my proclaimed king hit the winning shot and win a championship. I've seen that. I have not seen that from your proclaimed king. No. I saw him pass that ball to Ray Allen for Ray Allen to hit that winning shot. Thank God that Ray Allen hit that winning shot, or else he wouldn't have had a championship in Miami either. I'm just saying. He's the one player that needs other great players in order for him to be great. He needs to surround himself with other great players in order for him to proclaim himself as the greatest. Yeah, he did. His chase down, of course, because he was an athlete. He was just an athlete. That's the reason why he was able to do it. Ask him to do that now. Jordan was the one, him and Pippen grew together. You understand what I'm saying? It's not the same thing, brother. It's not the same thing. He did need Pippen, yes, but him and Pippen grew together to do what they did out there in Chicago. Who was LeBron growing with? As soon as he got to LA, who did he have to call for? He had to call for AD. He had Kyrie Irving out in Cleveland, and Kyrie Irving couldn't wait to get away from him. No, you're missing the entire point. I'm using the logic of the simple fact of the matter that they grew their game together. They grew that dynasty together. Pippen came into the league, he was weak as hell. It was under Jordan's wing that we got exactly what we ended up seeing with Scottie Pippen. That's what Jordan did. Jordan made the other players around him that much better. The man won a championship with what's his name? The one with the weird shot, the center, Cartwright, Winnington, Stacey King. Bruh, stop the garbage, man. I'm never going to say he did nothing. I'm never going to say that LeBron James did absolutely nothing. He just did not do as much as they're giving him credit for. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm really trying to say. You never once heard me tell you that LeBron James is garbage. What you heard me say is he's not as great as people are making others to believe. Clutch? LeBron James? Against what? When he was in Cleveland against a weak Eastern Conference squad? I guess, okay, yeah. He was a little clutch. Yeah, he played 22 years, bro. He played 22 years. So, I give him all the credit in the world. 22 years. So, yeah, he has the most points ever. And he's still playing right now. So, yes, points-wise doesn't mean crap to me, bro. Gilbert Arenas was a proven scorer. A proven scorer where it came to points. Could he win anything? That's right. He broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record where Kareem was just taking 2-pointers. And it took him that long to break that record. He had to continue playing in order to do it, because if he retired during the time where normal people really retired, what record would he have broken? Honestly, yeah, and he gets all the credit in the world for playing as long as he did. There's no shade at that. He deserves credit for that. Now, you have people saying that he has assistants. That's the reason why he's able to play for as long. You know what? That's not that ain't for me to say. Until they come up with some sort of proof of that, the rest of that will just be hearsay. I'm just doing the eye test. No, he wasn't trash in the Olympics. You're absolutely correct. He wasn't trash in the Olympics. But the reason why they won gold was not because of LeBron James. Steph Curry was the reason why they won that gold medal. Period. If you took LeBron James off of that team, they would have still won the gold medal. If you take Steph Curry off of that team, there's a possibility they wouldn't have. Yeah, okay. Well, he shut down Joker in the Olympics? Most likely. I'm sorry. Are we talking about LeBron James, Q? LeBron James playing defense? Is that what you're trying to tell me? If he didn't play shot. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to forgive my nephew. Forgive him, for he does not know better. Forgive him. He's being loyal to his king. I understand. LeBron James played defense. I've never seen LeBron James lock anybody down. Period. I've never seen him lock anybody down on defense. Make it worse now. No, sir. I think the simple fact of the matter that I'm watching with such a clear vision that lets me see all the nonsense that you LeBron Knights are trying to sweep under the carpet. In my humble opinion. The bottom line is if you want to see the best of what the Lakers have to offer this year, you got to turn that entire squad over to Anthony Davis. Plain and simple. The whole offense has to run through him. If you're still going to be expecting LeBron James to be the man to carry you over that hump, well, because the last two games, I'll be honestly speaking, the offense for the Lakers looked a hell of a lot better once LeBron James went to the bench and had, to get rested up. His minutes are reduced. No, well, but the only reason why I have such a major league problem with that is that you're willing to submit and do everything for JJ Redick when Derwin Ham wanted to do the exact same thing and reduce your minutes last season, and you put up a stink and a fight for that. So I don't understand why it was such a big problem to do it when Derwin Ham was asking you to do it, but as soon as JJ Redick came in, it's not a problem now. Why is that? No, that's nonsense. You want to obviously, if you want to reduce LeBron James's minutes, you have to have a plan, no? Obviously. And I'm only telling you that because of the simple fact of the matter that I do a little bit of coaching also. So if I'm going to reduce one of my star players' minutes, I have to have a plan. Yeah, okay. You say he was garbage, right? You say he was garbage, correct? But yet still, last season, without LeBron James, because he was sitting out, he was injured or whatever the case may be, they beat the Milwaukee Bucks and they beat the Boston Celtics. And if I'm not mistaken, he beat one of those teams where he didn't have LeBron James and Anthony Davis in the game. So there had to be a coach on the sideline implementing some kind of system in order for that to be done, don't you think? Because those weren't garbage teams at that time. Remember, the Boston Celtics won the championship last year. And if I'm not mistaken, when Derwin Ham brought the Lakers into Boston Garden and beat them without his two superstars, how could you say the man did not know what he was doing? No, I can't agree with that, brother. I can't agree with that. I mean, if his team looked absolutely garbage without his superstars, then I would definitely agree with you. If his team couldn't hold a pail of water without LeBron James and Anthony Davis last season, I would absolutely agree with you. The simple fact of the matter is that they played better when those two individuals were out of the lineup last season. That lets me know that the problem was not all Derwin Ham. It was the leadership in the locker room. That's what that tells me. Two games do mean a lot when you're missing two of your major big superstars, and everybody who was betting had the Lakers losing guaranteed. I was one of them. I was surprised when they went and they beat those two power, like they were good teams. So I was one of the individuals. I was very, very surprised when I saw that he actually went in there without two of his superstars and had the Lakers playing some good ball. So yeah, two games means a lot to me when it comes to coaching. It lets me know, because like if people want me to believe that this guy's a garbage coach, well, that's what I determine it from. Like you're a football guy. So when your star quarterback goes down and they got to put in a backup quarterback and the team is still able to flourish with that backup quarterback, who are you going to give the credit to? Offensive coordinator? No? The guy's on the field, yes, but you got to give somebody a little bit of credit to make sure he has the ship sailing, no? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm trying to say. And on that note, Q, I've had just about enough of you and your LeBron James garbage, so I am out of here, man. I want each and every one of you individuals out there to have yourself a blessed day, peeps. Share, like, subscribe, help this channel grow. Don't listen to nothing Q has to say. Everybody, have yourself a blessed day, peeps.